The house is built in Brighton. It's a seaside suburb. It's a classic Victorian suburb. Beautiful, gentle streets, very green, with a lot of heritage homes that make up the streetscape. The brief given to us by the client was to create a family home to maximise all the spaces and maximise the garden. Both Kirsty and Evan are involved in property and design. So we're dealing with people who are very sophisticated in their taste, very sophisticated in their outlook. And so it was a real joy working with them to create this end product. The whole process was actually really good fun, and I think out of that comes a great result. The home very much divides into two zones. There is the original heritage part of the house, which is the front part of the house, and then it evolves into a much more relaxed, slightly more rustic presence at the back, which is the modern extension. The front of the house really appeals to me. One, because I think the end result is very beautiful, but also there are a lot of unique aspects to the front of the house. There is a timber screen that separates the study from the main living area that I don't think we have ever seen before. All of these things that have this charm where we have the privilege of renovating them and bringing them back to how they were initially, those are the joys for me. Then as we come through into the more contemporary part of the home, it opens up, it becomes much more expansive, it's much more light-filled. The southeast aspect of this home works very well for it because it's light-filled without being overpowered by natural daylight. The aesthetic of the rear of the home is also really informed by Evan and Kirsty's travels. They love the beach, they love the warmth. Their travels took them to southern Italy, and there are elements of that we've tried to bring into the design of the home, the rustic materiality, the limestone, the timber joinery, all of those things go to make a more rustic, family-friendly, warm, open experience. There was a really strong brief from the client to make sure that when we looked out of all the windows that we had some level of connection to nature and sky. It was really important that we were always very aware and very focused on windows and what we were framing as we looked through the window. For instance, at the stair, we are looking through a large panoramic glass window at a beautiful olive tree. And all of these elements have been placed in a way that makes sure that every window frames something that is either sky or planting or some element of nature.
With a stair that looks as simple as this, it's about execution. Taking advantage of a double height void is always an opportunity for a staircase to shine. With the various elements that a staircase brings, you generally get a fantastic space. The open stair is made using American oak, using steel brackets connecting it to the brickwork on either side, and then we use a solid pine timber wall to create those lovely curves that you see. It's really a very striking staircase in the home, and it's a testament to the design. From the textural elements, the raw brickwork, the light-filled space, the warm oak treads, and then capped off with the beautiful sculptural element of that internal balustrade wall is absolutely stunning. What I'm most proud of about this stair is the execution. The design is beautiful, but for our part, knowing that the vision of the architect was followed through fully is something that always makes me proud every day I go into work.
It was such a joy to work on this project. We're thrilled, the client is thrilled, to see how it's being lived in, to see how it's being used, to see how much it is loved. That for me gives me the greatest pride. I think there's a real joy when you get to take a home that potentially hasn't always been loved and turn it into something that is really special.